Today, I'm going to talk about getting started on your own journey to fitness and better health. I'm Ron, and this is my fitness journey. Hi, and welcome to Ron's Fitness Journey. If you struggle with weight loss, healthy lifestyle decisions, and general fitness, then you've come to the right place. Be sure and subscribe down below, and let's take this journey together. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about what it takes to get started on your own fitness journey. Whether you're thinking about just losing weight, whether you're thinking about some major changes to your own diet, whether you're thinking about starting an exercise program, getting started is kind of the most important thing. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing and how I've gotten started, and I think this is especially important right now because it's about the third week in January, and this is the time that most people who've made New Year's resolutions, they kind of give out. Most of us tend to give up on those New Year resolutions by the time February rolls around. Well, I want to encourage you today. I want to help keep you moving on, and maybe the decisions and the commitments that you've made to yourself. And maybe if you haven't even gotten started yet, maybe you need to hear what I want to share with you today. As we get started in making some major lifestyle changes, one of the important things is to start off at a pace that you can sustain. And for me, what that means is starting off incrementally. Sometimes when we think about making changes to our life, it seems just so huge that it almost seems insurmountable. I can't do it. It's overwhelming. I can't even think about what it's going to take to change my diet, to get started on an exercise program when I'm out of shape or whatever. I think the important thing is to start incrementally, to start somewhere small, and not just plan to make one little change and stay there for the next 6 months, but to make a change and to get settled into that change for a few days, for a week, and then come and make another change. So if we're going to make incremental changes to our life, then we need to identify those things where we need to start, those things that are our biggest problem areas. Let me give you an example. For me, as I think about changing my diet, the first thing I had to do was assess what are the big problem areas for me with regard to my eating and my bad eating habits. When I thought about that from where I was, I think of 3 different things that I needed to do, and I started with one, got settled into that, and then went on to the next. The first one for me was soda consumption. I have for way too long been a big soda drinker, and that is literally, it's poison. Soda is literally nothing but sugar and carbs. It contributes to weight gain, contributes to bad blood sugar numbers, to diabetes, all kinds of health problems. So I knew that was my biggest thing, because at one time I was drinking 5 or 6 or 7 large sodas a day. So the first thing I did is I just said, okay, step 1, I'm just going to cut out soda from my life. And so I set out to do that. I put aside not only soda, but all kinds of sugary drinks with calories. Healthcare professionals and dietitians will all tell us not to drink our calories. So I just stopped drinking those sugary drinks, started drinking water through the course of the day. I did that for about a week until I could settle in, until I got used to drinking the water, until I kind of got rid of those cravings. And then I moved on to step number 2. Step number 2 for me dealt with fast food drive-thrus. Now, this may not make any sense to you, but it makes perfect sense in my life. We live a pretty hectic, busy life, sometimes do a lot of travel, just on the go a lot, and it's so tempting and so easy just to, in the midst of being busy, go and make a run through the drive-thru and make that our evening meal or even lunch. And sometimes I was eating 2 or even 3 meals a day from a drive-thru. We all know just how healthy fast food can be, and so I didn't even make the commitment that I wasn't going to eat fast food. I just made the commitment to myself that I was not going to use the drive-thru. If I was going to eat fast food, I was going to go into the restaurant, order the food, sit down in the dining room of the fast food restaurant, and eat what I had ordered. Well, in essence, that sounded easier to me, and that works for me, but ultimately what that meant was I'm not eating fast food, because if I have to go in and order it and sit down and eat it, I just well go somewhere healthy or go home and eat. So that worked for me, and so that was my second commitment, not to use the drive-thru. The third, and this is a big one for a lot of people, probably for some of you, and that is the issue of eating late at night. I have a bad tendency to want to snack in the evening, snack just before bed, that midnight snack, and that is really a problem. You eat all those calories, you're digesting them as you're sleeping and sedentary, and it just all turns to fat. Plus, your body really needs a fasting period every day. 12 hours of fasting is really an ideal thing for all of us to have at night. So, my third week, I made that change. Okay, just going to stop the snacking at night, not do that thing, try to get the 12-hour fast in. Of course, all the way along, I'm trying to make better decisions about the specific things that I eat. But that's just an example of how you can make some incremental changes that don't seem so overwhelming because you're trying to change everything at once. You can do the same thing with an exercise program. Now, if you have some serious health issues, I would strongly recommend that before you set into a exercise program, you talk to your doctor or a health care professional. Make sure that the exercise program you're planning to start and the way you're going to do it is safe for you. For me, exercise means running. That's about the only exercise I really know how to do. And so to start off incrementally, I'm using the Couch to the 5K. That's an incremental program where basically you're exercising for 30 minutes, 3 days a week to start off. And that exercise includes primarily walking with short bursts of running. And over the course of the 8-week program, each week, 3 days a week, you're adding slightly longer periods of running and shorter periods of walking, and until ultimately at the end of the 8 weeks, you're running for 35 or 40 minutes, and you're running a 5K, which is 3.1 miles. If the Couch to the 5K is something that was interesting to you, but you think, man, 8 weeks, that's a lot, then just stretch it out, double it. Do every week for 2 weeks. Do week 1 for 2 weeks and stretch it out and do Couch to the 5K in 16 weeks instead of 8. The point is to start somewhere and to start incrementally and to work your way up, but to continue to push yourself and challenge yourself enough that you can progress and get to the place where you need to be. As we think about moving forward and making these incremental changes, the important thing, again, this time of year is that we don't give up. That just because we're 3 weeks in, that we not get discouraged. The program that I've been on for about 3 weeks now. In the course of those 3 weeks, I've made some dietary changes, and you know what? I've had some bad days. I've had some days where I just wanted to eat everything in sight. I've had some days where I ate some things that I shouldn't have eaten, and I really fell apart, for some days here and there. But the important thing is that we don't let those days defeat us. When we have that bad day, when we want to eat everything in sight, when we eat things that we shouldn't, the important thing is to get up the next morning and say, okay, that was yesterday. This is a new day. Today I'm going to be successful. Today I'm going to start again. I'm going to start fresh, and we're going to do this thing right. To be a success really only means that I have to be better today than I was yesterday. I'm only in competition with the person that I was before. The important thing is that we improve and not allow setbacks to defeat us. Same is true in my running program. I've been running the Couch to the 5K for 3 weeks. I've had some days that I was supposed to run and I didn't. But The important thing is that each day I was supposed to run and didn't, that I get up the next day and then I go, and then I run again, and then I keep pushing and keep deciding, hey, even though I made a mistake, even though I fell apart yesterday, I'm going to do better today. And so that's my encouragement to you. Maybe you've had some hard days already in the course of these 3 weeks. The important thing is that you don't give up. We only fail when we decide to make our last setback final. There is a quote that I heard years ago and that I like to remember, and I'm going to kind of leave you with today. And the quote goes like this: when you're tempted to quit, remember why you started. You know, why did you start this journey? I started this journey because I felt bad about myself, because I was tired of being run down and fatigued all the time, because I had health issues that I knew were ultimately going to kill me if I didn't get a handle on them. And you know, this is about my life, and the same is true for you. This is your life. There are good reasons to improve your diet, to lose weight, to get fit, to get healthy. And ultimately, the reasons come down to this is your life. And so when you're tempted to give in to those temptations, when you're tempted to just sit down and quit and say, I can't do this anymore, remember why you started and just push yourself to take that one next step. We don't have to go the whole journey today. I just need to make sure to take that one next step. So I want to encourage you in that way today. And I hope in this coming week, this 4th week of the new year, that maybe when you've been tempted to quit, or maybe you think you've already quit, start again. Wake up tomorrow and say, today I'm going to be a success. Today I'm going to do what I should do. Today I'm going to make healthy choices that will lead towards fitness in my life. And today is going to be a good day. Hey, before you go, check out the description down below. There's some great links down there, including my Amazon page, where you're going to find some of the products and things that help me along my journey. Some of them might help you as well. And also where you can connect with me on social media. Well, hey, I hope you have a happy, a healthy, and a really good week. And I look forward to seeing you next week.